Hi fellow traders, I'm going to show you a sell trade setup at USD CAD. So let's switch to USD CAD first. FX colon USD CAD, enter. I have entered my sell position right after release of consumer price index from Canada today at 8:30 a.m. New York time. I waited for any revision for almost 4.5 minutes and I entered my position at 8:34 28 seconds. So before I explain the video, I'll let you know my entry point because I'm already running in profit with few pips, so I'm already in the situation of less risk. Nevertheless, you can compare if you can enter right now or you want to place a sell limit at my entry point. So just a second, let me check. So my entry point is 31.42.7, 1.31427. All right, so this is not purely just a news trade. There was already a bearish setup on a USD CAD. The USD CAD has been in downtrend. And this is how I identify downtrend. I use an indicator, but not only just an indicator, but this is also a supportive tool. It helps me to determine the downtrend or uptrend. So USD CAD was in a uptrend, and once the price closes below this, it is considered to be in the downtrend. So price has closed already, but I still didn't believe it unless this big bearish candle and this big bearish candle was made. But later there was a conflict because of this morning star kind of pattern and very poor data of employment from the Canada, which has made this morning star. But later this was erased and the move moved down. So now there is pretty clear downtrend. There is no conflict from any economic data until the release of Chicago PMI on Monday 30. There is one data going to be released, GDP, which is important data, which is going to be released on Monday. But we'll have enough time to move our stop loss to break even before the release of GDP from Canada on upcoming Monday, December 23. So we have now 2 days. Today is Wednesday, so the Thursday and Friday, and then the Monday. 3 days exactly. We have 3 trading days from now to manage this position before release of GDP. So if we are in profit, we can either move our SL to BE, or we can simply close half of the position, take half of the profit. So I have already told you my entry point. Now I'm going to tell you the exit point for the stop loss as well as for take profit. So there are 2 or 3 scenarios and all are targeting to the downside. We have to determine the downward target. So now I'm removing this for making the chart clutter free. Okay, if we look at this bigger ABCD pattern, which is not looking very harmonic because the CD leg has become very different. If we consider this as the A from this point to this point, from here, if we consider C to the D to the downside, this is not looking very harmonic. Nevertheless, if you plot any kind of like A, B, C, D extension to the target to the downside will be very extended and pretty lower than the price right now. Initially, the price had touched ABCD 1618 and it has gone up. Then this fall has continued. So the recent targets will be decided either as per this 3 drive pattern. Maybe there is 3 drive under formation. Like you can see, this is the first drive, this is the second drive, and this is going to be third drive. So if we look at the nature of the 3 drive, then we will be able to understand whether this is going to be 161.8% extension of last retracement or 127.2% extension of the last retracement, because every drive in the 3 drive is either 161.8% extension of previous retracement or 127.2% extension of previous retracement. For example, if we plot this tool here and one it settings, and I'll just show you those two levels, 127.2 and 161.8. Where is 161.8? Okay, I have okay, let me make this 161.8. Okay, so this will this is showing that this was the first drive. Second drive was around 127.2% extension of this previous retracement. So third drive is either will be either 127.2% extension or 161.8%. So three drive is considered to be a reversal pattern. It shows the market is exhausting, which is why it is taking it is making less movement. So I'll rather consider only 1.27.2% as the target. So if we calculate the 127.2 of this retracement, let me delete the previous one. So this is going to be at 1.29644, which is even below the previous low. So this is already giving us further target, and let's look at the recent ABCD from this point, A, B, C, and D. Let me check which candle is higher. I think this one is higher. This high is 33.279 and high of this candle is 33. One second, let me expand a little. High here is 33.47.7 and this one is 33.45.8. So this is higher, of course. So let's start the extension tool here, A, B, C, and D, and let's check where is our 100% extension. So 100% extension is giving us the nearer target, which is 32, whereas the completion point of 3 drive is giving 29.64. There is a difference, significant difference between these two levels. Of the difference is around 58 pips. So I will rather go for this target, and this target is also coinciding with the previous low. Let me take the cross. Let's start this. See, previous low is here, and the 100% extension target is here. This is coinciding, and market has a nature to consider the previous lows or high as a natural resistance or support zone. So we can simply target 30.22 plus 1 pip plus added spread. So that's all about the target, and now is the time to determine whether we're going to place our stop loss. So as I already discussed, this candle, the formation of this candle was actually the erasal of this morning star, and this candle is when our bearish movement was confirmed. Otherwise, before formation of this candle, we had this morning star caused by the negative data about employment from the Canada. All right. So after this bearish movement, market went back and retraced to this level and continued. So basically, we have to understand that this was a retracement against this bearish pattern, bearish continuation pattern. So if this retracement will be erased, then definitely bearish movement will come to an end. It means market will go further to the upside. So instead of placing SL here, we can simply place a stop loss right above this candle. So the high of this candle is, if you look at the chart here, I put my cursor here, then it shows that the high is 1.32048. So your stop loss will be 1.32048 plus spreads plus 2-3 pips. Add 2 or 3 pips. Okay, so if your spread is already higher, more than like something more than 2 pips, then add 1 extra pip. Okay, so this is how you should place a S. So how many pips we have on the table for gaining, and how many pips we have on the table for losing? Let's measure the distance. This will give you an idea of whether or not this trade is good in terms of risk and reward. So I am just expanding this chart vertically for measuring the distances. So I will just if we although I have not entered around 3131, I already told you that I entered at 3142. So I am already in the profit of floating profit of around 12 pips. But even if you enter now, or if you wait for sell limit to be triggered on 3140.42, it is your decision. But let's just measure what difference would make if we enter now from this point to this. It is 7 pips to the risk side, and from this point to take profit target, if we look at this 100% level, then this is going to be 112. So our reward is better than our risk, almost 70 versus 112. So it is 1:1.5 risk reward. So this trade is still feasible. You can enter, or you can just wait for the my entry price 3142. If you can get, this will be your decision. It's not possible for me to first make video and then enter the trade, because whenever a trade is supported by the news, I enter first and then make video. Anyway, so sometimes there is no there is no news, or there is nothing. I mean, I look at the chart, I enter my position, and I try to make video as soon as possible. And sometimes if I find the setup already, then I make video in advance and post. So that's all. Thank you for watching.